Since y'all so mad about these damn wedding banners, let me show y'all what I did while I was completely locked in my bed today because of my illness. I decided to make mood boards of what I personally want our wedding to look like to each love interest, mainly from a Black woman's perspective as well. So you will see black skin, black hair. Anyway, for Xavier, this just makes sense to me. A veil with the forget-me-nots literally embroidered onto the veil, along with like some jewels. Obviously, I feel like we would have a coiffed bun in the back that is going to be full of a hairstyle exactly like this, with the accents of the jewels and the pearls. And I feel like he would wear this type of suit because you got to remember he still is a royal. And then the crown, I should say the tiara for MC's, what I would like to see her in. And then as well as the dress. I don't think the dresses are bad, but personally, I just don't feel like they fit accordingly. But I understand, not wanting to render all that. But to me, this is what MC would wear on their wedding day. And this is what their venue would look like. A lot of celestial, a lot of blues, a lot of whites, a lot of silvers. This just makes sense to me. For my Caleb girlies, I feel like Caleb is going to want to put you on a mountaintop that he, by the way, flew you in on. You see the plane that he personally flew you in on while you guys have your guests there. And I tried to stay away from orange, but I did peach. Okay, so don't yell at me. But I also feel like you guys would have a beautiful ceremony, simple, not that many people there. And I feel like your dress would be more flowy and airy, just kind of like how Caleb's Evolve is graffiti. He's definitely going to dance with you in the sky. And I feel like Caleb would want your natural hair out. So I see a Black MC wearing her afro out that has baby breaths, not real ones because they're poisonous, but baby's breath kind of placed into the hair, and then your full afro on curly, beautiful display, and a private dinner ceremony kind of with a similar setup, and then that bouquet. That's what I see personally for Caleb girlies. Now for my second main, which is Zane, you guys are going to have a very no nonsense, type of a lot of extra things. I personally feel like your dress would be a simple white, but have some type of dramatic piece. You can't really see because it's kind of cut off, but there is an overlay of the fabric of the dress. And I believe you would have a very long train. And just like Mel, I believe your hairstyle will be like that, or you would get an install like that, very coiffed, very soft, very romantic. And jasmine bouquets, because that's his flower. And again, your cake would be very simple. You'd have a little bit of flowers there, but when you got to your ceremony, it'd be more of like a winter wonderland type theme. I tried to stay away from AI. I hope that top picture isn't an AI picture. It looked real to me, but but this whole setup, I feel like, is what your dining area would look like as far as your reception. A lot of blues, a lot of iciness, a lot of flowers, winter wonderland for sure, and candlelit everything. It's going to be very romantic, very sweet, very beautiful. My third main, there's no way on this earth that MC would be wearing a white wedding dress to marry Silas. I'm sorry. No, he's like our gothic king to me. So I see MC in a black wedding dress for sure. And please excuse the top right picture. I know Kate Von D is trash, but the mood board of how the setup would be is exactly what I see MC and Silas sitting in those royal chairs, that black, the red, the deepness, the overlays. I see that. I see you guys getting married in a castle. I see kind of like a simpler cake. I personally feel like it would be a lot higher in tiers, but and a beautiful deep red bouquets that have roses and chrysanthemums and dahlias in it. And then I feel like MC's hair would be like this picture here, where it'd be styled, coiffed, very simple. But I see this basically for MC marrying Silas. Now for my Raphael girlies, I'm going to tell you this. I see every Raphael girly in this specific, if you look at the top right hand corner, that Mugler piece that looks so ethereal, fitted. I know it's not a mermaid dress, but I feel like the mermaid dress that I envision Raphael girls in, I don't like it. But I feel like this ethereal vintage Mugler wedding dress with the veil that covers the face and looks so ethereal fits more perfect in this theme. I feel like Thomas would organize the main event to see you guys get married. It would be like the wedding of the century. Like, he would have everybody there because to Thomas, while this is about showing y'all love, this is a business venture for him. So he's going to have his hands all over that first initial part of your wedding. And I also feel like you would have locks. You would have locks that would be styled up in a bun with like beautiful jewels and maybe pearls and shells in your hair, you know. Your wedding bouquet would be white flowers, a little bit of pink with starfish and shells again. I know it's a little on the nose, but the reason why I did that was, I don't know if you guys remember, but Raphael gives shells to people and he comes back for them like years later when the shell is completely dried out so he can make paint from them. So I feel like he would do that with your wedding bouquet. He would let the flowers and the shells and the starfish completely dry out and he would turn that into, you know, paint, and then he would paint his work like the best masterpiece that he could ever make because of the feelings and everything that represents in that bouquet, and that painting would have so much meaning for him. And then I obviously, you know, your cake would look like that. And I feel like after your big whole ceremony, there's going to be a private event that you had to fight Thomas for that is strictly going to be family and friends and a very intimate dinner on his private island on the beach. So that to me just makes, you know, sense. But let me know what y'all think. If there's some things that you would change, you can put them in the comments, but I would love to hear what you guys think.